training. If you do, you risk being. If you have questions, we are going to share a link for you in the chat for you to be able to ask your questions. There are LMS related issues. Know that I want you to rest assured that they have been resolved. Okay. Also ensure just try your best to be a part of this class from the beginning to the end. Because if you don't join fully, or if you join halfway, or you join maybe just 10 minutes and go, it's going to reflect on your points and also your rewards. If you remember, we have points and rewards for everything. All right. So, but we're going to have we have someone special joining us today, who is an alumnus of a previous phase of this training. Is going to just come and encourage you and just talk about his journey and how it has been so far for him. If you have questions, I'm going to share a Slido link now for you to ask your questions. Please do well to share. We're also going to open up the chat very soon. So if you have questions for your faculty, your facilitator as is teaching, you can ask your questions. But yeah, would start fully shortly. Let me check for the alumni member to see if he's here already. Welcome, welcome everyone. Also, if you have friends that are not yet here, please try to nudge them. Friends are approved participants, friends that were actually selected, your classmates, your co-participant that were selected for this program. If they are not here yet, kindly, you can send a nudge to ensure they joined class this morning. Okay, so we have the alumnus here. Just going to Hi,
Thank you
Enoch.
so much.
Good morning. Can you confirm you can hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for joining. We are really happy to have you here today. We'd also love to see your face.
All right.
Thank you guys for sharing. I can see the different reactions. Thank you. Please welcome Mr. Enoch. I really love the reaction I'm getting in the chat. The excitement is really buzzing. I'm looking forward to seeing more people here today. Please pay attention, pay full attention. It's going to be an amazing session.
Thank you so much for having me. I don't know, I can no longer hear you.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can hear me from your end,
Can
but
you
I can
hear
no
me?
longer hear you. Oh, yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Yes,
Yes,
please.
I
You
can hear
can
you.
go ahead. Yes, you can start
All right.
speaking, please. So I
All
was
right.
saying, we're looking to see like your face. You can turn on your video, please.
Yes, my video is turned on already.
Okay, let me look for you.
Can you see me now?
No, I can't see you. Can anyone else see Mr. Baje, please? Can you see him?
No,
Let
No,
me
we
also.
stop
can't see
and
him.
share again. Let me share again.
All right.
I've turned on the camera now.
Okay. Let's check again. We still can't see you,
All right, that means
but
I'll probably continue on audio.
yes, yes.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for having me. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, trainees. Good morning, leaders. All right, my name is actually once again, my name is Enoch Ijima, and today I do not only stand as a representative of sales, trade, and development at MTN Nigeria, but more importantly, as somebody who has once sat exactly where most of the trainees are sitting today. I'm actually an alumnus of the M10 Foundation ICT Training Phase 6, and I can say without exaggeration that this program was once, one of the most transformational opportunities of my life. Before joining this training, I had dreams, ideas, and ambitions, but like many people today who are in the training, I didn't yet understand fully the power of knowledge, skill acquisition, and intentional learning, right? But this program didn't just teach me ICT skills, it actually opened my mind. It helped me to see the endless opportunities I carried as a person. The M10 Foundation ICT training was a turning point for my business at the time which I was running, my confidence and my exposure. It put me out there, it gave me access to networks, mentors, peers, and opportunities I would not have encountered otherwise, right? And today, that same journey is one of the foundations that led me into the MTN ecosystem today, which I stand as one of the staffs, you know. So when I say this opportunity matters, I'm not speaking from theory or something, but I'm speaking from experience. Let me tell you something very important. Not everyone gets this opportunity, right? I believe that before you got at this opportunity, you actually took an exam. Thousands applied, few were selected. You are here today because someone believed you. Someone believed you have a potential worth investing in. But here is the truth. The program alone will not change your life. I tell you, what you do with it will actually change your life. So I've seen people attend trainings and remain the same. I've seen others, attend the same training and completely rewrite their story. The difference is always mindset and approach. So how do you make the most of this program? First, take ownership of your learning. Don't wait to be pushed. Don't learn. Sometimes, during the training, um, some people are going to laugh at you. Some people will be like, what's this one doing and stuff. But don't just, try to pass the assessment. Learn to build competence because at the end of the day, even though you get the support from MTN and stuff, the financial support and stuff, by passing the assessment, it will you might not be able to actually do anything with it. But I'll implore you that you should learn to build competence because out there what you be what people are looking for out there is competence, not just the certificate and what you have, but what you have to offer. Ask questions, practice beyond the classroom, be curious. The digital world rewards people who are proactive and those that can solve problems. Second, treat this training like a career investment, right? Not a charity program. Don't just focus on trying to get, the support from M10. M10 Foundation has given you access, tools, and knowledge. Your, responsibility is to multiply it. Whatever you learn here, ask yourself, how can I apply this to solve a problem? That mindset alone will separate you from the crowd. Third, building relationship intentionally, right? Your classmates are not your competition. At your level now, let me tell you, a colleague once said something to me at the time. He said, at your level now, there are CEOs, there are, presidents, they are, executives of companies, but they are future collaborators for you, partners and connectors, at your level. The social network I gained from this program remains one of the greatest gifts. Even today, I relate to some of them to solve some of my problems, talk to people, share ideas, support one another. Opportunities often come through people, not just certificates. You need to collaborate. Nobody is your competitor here. Fourth, believe that your background does not limit your future. I come from a place where, let me not go there today, but some of you today may have doubts. You may be wondering if you are good enough, smart enough, or prepared enough to put yourself out there. Some of you are going to learn, how to, create websites, how to, in this program, you are going to put yourself there on LinkedIn, on other platforms. Don't think you are not good enough. Don't think you are not smart enough. Don't think you are not prepared enough. Let me assure you, this program exists because MTN Foundation believe in your potential. Even people you fully believe, even before people fully believe in you yourself. All right. So lastly, think beyond today. My time is almost up. This training is not the destination. It is a launch pad. What you gain here can open doors to employment, entrepreneurship, innovation, leadership, and leadership in the digital economy. Nigeria needs skilled, disciplined, and visionary young people like you. I'm a living proof that when opportunity meets preparation, transformation happens. Years ago, I was a participant. Today, I'm a part of the MTN story. Tomorrow, one of you could be standing here too, sharing your own journey of growth, impact, and success. I challenge you: show up fully, learn intentionally, apply boldly, and never underestimate that this moment can become never underestimate what this moment can become actually. Thank you to the MTN Foundation for continually investing in lives and futures, and to every participant here today. This is your season, make it count. Thank you, and I wish you an impactful and successful training journey. Thank you so much, team, for having me here today.
Wow. Can I? Okay. Thank you so much, Enoch. Well, that was really, really amazing. Thank you. That was literally a charge. I believe that everyone here is encouraged to actually push through this training. Thank you so much. And we are so happy to see your progress, to hear from you and see, what this initiative by MTM Foundation has cost for you. Thank you so much for your presence here today. All right, so we are going to go into the training. Um, Reminders, please pay full attention. Stay till the end of the class. If your Zoom name is not the name, your original name, please try to, rename it so that, like I said, your points, your attendance, and everything is not affected negatively. Okay. Please pay attention. If you have questions, I've shared a Slido link in the chat. Ask your questions there. You can also, we're also going to open the chat room for questions soon. So you'll be able to ask questions, but please, full and full attention. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Timmy. And then welcome back once again. As you know, today we'll go into, we've had that brief, from the alumni, and that was actually inspirational. That was fantastic. While the alumni was actually taking us through that, what I was just thinking is, I wish I were, I have this kind of opportunity, during my time too. It will have been very fantastic. Probably I will have gone, further than where I am. So please, as he has said, please take this session seriously, okay? The MTNF have decided to do this, definitely, to actually move our business forward, and for us to be able to scale, like I mentioned, okay? So you are welcome once again to this training. I've introduced myself earlier, and I've mentioned that today we're going to be looking and discussing about digital transformation, okay? The meaning and the urgency for Nigerian businesses, okay? We all are businessmen, businesswomen, okay? So we need to understand at what point do we scale, or how do we scale? What are the simple digital transformation that we can imbibe, okay, within our businesses, that we can make it more appealing to our customers, and also to give our customers a smoother process. Is it process in payment? Okay. Is it process in buying, in purchasing? Is it process in demanding? Okay. Is it process in request, for product? All these little processes, the moment you add some digital tools to your business, you will find out that it will make your own life not only easy, but will make your customer happier. And you will find out that that little touch of digital of transformation would actually change a lot of things, some things you never knew. And in this session and going forward, you're going to be learning how to use those tools. You already have them, but probably you were using it for different things. So as I move on, we will get to understand more of what we are discussing today. Okay. I want you to have this at the back of your mind. That's why I'm showing it again. Peter Drucker, he said, innovate or die. If you cannot just be static, okay, and believe you are fine, because you will find out that where you think you are, that you are believing you are big, that's where some people, right, start from, and they are moving upward. Okay, so don't think you are the biggest, or probably your business is the best. Where you are now, that your best is some people's starting point. So innovate or you die. So I've talked about the agenda of what we're going to be looking at. Again, I will just go through it for those that are just coming in. We're going to be looking at the overview of digital transformation. We're going to be talking about how we can move from paper to digital, why you can scale manually for module 3, and for module 4, your business stage and getting help, and then module 5, the dangers of staying analog. Okay, and then we're going to be looking at some examples that resonate with us. Okay, examples across the country, okay, of people, live examples of people that have scaled, that have used those simple digital tools to scale their businesses. Some of them we know, some of them we may not know. Okay, so what's the meaning of digital transformation? Okay, I've broken this down very simply for us to be able to, for anybody on this in this session to understand, right? You don't need to be technical person, as it were. You don't need to be an engineer. You don't need to be a programmer, okay? Because I know many of us, when we hear digital transformation, we say, oh, those are the ones that are, they are the techie people. No. Digital transformation means moving your business from manual, right, which is paper-based, or analog processes, to digital, automated, and technology-enabled system. Now, I will give you examples. There are some examples here that you can relate to. Number one example is moving from a paper notebook to Google Sheets for sales. Some of us right now, we are still putting down, our sales in paper manually. We are writing it. Oh yeah, where's the logbook? Oh yeah, bring the logbook. Bring the logbook. Oh yeah, have you noted down the logbook today? And then you will see numbers on the logbook. Imagine something happened. You could not find that logbook. You can imagine the information you will lose, right? And we always say customers are king, right? So you lost every details of your customers in that instance. So you can see, so the simple transformation that you can actually acquire, or probably that you can inculcate in your business if you are in that stage, is to move to Google Sheet, right? Google Sheet is online. It's something that can be kept in the cloud. With cloud means something that you can keep freely. Okay, so don't bother about. I'm not talking about cloud in the sky. It's just something that you can keep online for free of charge, and it can be there forever. It can be there for long. So you can imagine, if you are able to keep the data sheet or sales data or purchase data somewhere free, that you don't need to be looking for, you don't need to fear that this thing can get burnt or somebody can steal this information. And that will also help you to even secure your customers' details. Another real example is accepting transfers. It's funny these days that many of us that are, actually in businesses, who say, no, I don't want transfer, or give me cash. you know, Time has passed on that. There are secure digital, tools that you can use to receive money through transfer, like USSD, instead of only cash. Now, I want us to note something. Moving from analog or moving from manual to digital does not mean you can still not add some bit of manual. Okay, you can combine them. All right. So, however, where you can make full use, okay, of your digital. Why not? Because it makes your life easier. As we go ahead, you will understand more and you will get more clarity about what I've been saying. Okay. The third example here that will resonate with us is taking orders on WhatsApp. We all have WhatsApp in our hands. Guys, all these things are digital tools. Okay, I know you might be wondering, so WhatsApp is also digital. Yes, they are digital because they are automating some processes for you instead of you noting it down with your pencil and biro all the time. Okay, so instead of expecting people to walk in, you can use WhatsApp to connect them. There are a lot of functionality on WhatsApp. All right. And then the final example here is there's there's a platform, there's a digital platform called Shodeck. Okay. You can use Shodeck, Instagram shops, or Jumia. You can even, probably, align with Jumia instead of depending purely on foot traffic. There are a lot of things that you can use to scale your business, and to reach more of your customers. Okay. So all these are real examples that you can relate to. Whether you like it or not, right? It's a digital world now. It's a digital world. You cannot run away from it. Remember, Peter Drucker, he said, innovate or die. We have a lot of businesses today because they fail to move from where they are, okay, to scale. They are dead today. Now, what are the key benefits for you, for your business? What are the key benefits for the MSMEs, like your own business, for example? Number one is efficiency. When you use all these tools, when you move from manual, analog to digital, when there's a digital transformation process going on within your business, no matter how little, there will be less time wasted on manual work. Number two, there will be visibility. You can clearly see your numbers, your customers, the inventory, and performance. Inventory means the product that you are keeping to sell, okay? Or the product that you have already sold. You are able to know, what have I sold today? What is yet to be sold? You can imagine somebody who has a mini mart and sells maybe 2,000 sweets a day. You don't want to start looking through the books all the time. You want something that will simplify it for you, that in a simple click, it will calculate, oh, purchase today is like a kind of dashboard that you can see, oh, today's purchase is 20 sweets. Oh, yesterday's purchase, today's sales is 100 sweets, right? Oh, the balance in our inventory is 20. It makes your life easy instead of you going into your long A4 notebook, then calculating one after the other. Okay, and then you bring calculator and everything. You can say it is stress. So with that digital transformation, using the digital tools, you are able to have visibility of your outgoings and incomings. And then the third year is better customer experience. You will have fast service, online orderings, and multiple payment options. Today, digital transformation processes, right, and businesses that actually go online are making a lot of progress. You can agree with me. Today, there's rarely what you put online that you will not get somebody that will call back and say, oh, I saw you advertise something. But don't worry, we will get there as we move on. Because you might be thinking, how do I do this? Okay, how do I get to this level? Or what do I do? Okay, or who will help with this? And then the fourth benefit, right, for you, for your business as an MSME is scalability, right? It helps you grow from maybe 20 customers to 2,000. You will just realize that you're getting more orders. I will give you some live examples as we move on, guys. So Why? You might be asking, why digital transformation matters in Nigeria today? I believe we are all in Nigeria. We are all Nigerians, okay? And MTN has giving you this opportunity, fantastic opportunity. Okay, what I'm teaching you now is what I teach and what I do, okay, internationally. All right. And I know all these simple improvements in processes, right, can actually make a lot of difference. Number one, Nigeria is a mobile first, which means that we have over 100 million Nigerians using smartphones. Guys, we have over 100 million Nigerians using smartphones. That alone is a good grant for you. Number two, customers now expect digital convenience. I want to buy food now, or maybe I want to order for something. There's a lot of them online that I can just go and click. I won't be waiting for one Mama BC that is still, under one shed that does not even have any link online. I would rather go online, right, and click something and look at reviews, right? Look at live reviews, see what people are saying about that particular product, and I click it. Okay? So, the third thing here, okay, that makes digital transformation important today in Nigeria is the competition is intense. Those who adopt tech win bigger markets. That's what I've just mentioned. Okay. So, and finally, global opportunities require digital readiness. I can tell you for free, even my own personal experience, right? There was one day I was just at home, right? And all of a sudden, I just saw, I think, I'm actually somewhere around the Western world, okay? And I just saw kuli kuli, ogi, what else? That ejakika, I mean, and I was like, in a box, delivered. And I was asking my wife, what happened? Where did you get all these things from? Things that ordinarily in the Western world, even for you to get it, I mean, you're gonna spend through your nose. You may not even see it as, that freshness, everything packed. And she told me, yeah, she just went online, on Instagram, and then she and my wife uses MTN, so she browses, she has all these, there are a lot of bundles, there are a lot of internet bundles with MTN. You can roam from anywhere, because you might be wondering, okay, how do you connect with Nigeria? MTN roams, MTN can work anywhere. So regardless of where anybody is around the world, right, you can get your connections. You can order anything. Okay, thanks to MTN for that opportunity. So my wife said, yeah, I used my MTN phone. I just saw a lady in Nigeria and I connected her, and I spoke with her. I ordered online. I spoke with I spoke with the lady also, and then boom, in less than 1 week, we got two boxes of all those things. We actually enjoyed it for over a month. The luxury that we cannot, and that some will not be able to enjoy. How did that happen? Because of digital transformation. We exchanged, my wife and the lady in Nigeria, the business, the MSME business owner in Nigeria, they exchanged, you know, orders online. She didn't, my wife didn't even know her from anywhere. So you can imagine. It's just the reviews that people are saying, oh, this pap is good. Oh, it's good for babies. It's good for that. It's good. And that was how it is. So global opportunities require digital readiness. If you want your business to expand, you have no choice. You need to listen to this session. Okay. Now, I will go into some use cases quickly. This is a live use case of a tomato seller that becomes a food and catering services. You might be wondering, what a transformation from just a tomato seller. Guys, I want to open your mind. Please, I want you to open your mind. I told you that you are selling tomato. does not limit you. You need to scale. That I'm selling tomato now does not mean, oh, it is only tomato that I can just be selling. I can just be selling kobe of tomato or bowl of tomato, or that's just my destiny. No. What can tomato become? That's scaling. You begin to think. Those people that are buying tomato, what are they using it for? Look at it now from here. A tomato seller in Kaduna begins by keeping sales in a notebook, right? She started manually. And then she moves from what? She starts posting fresh stock on WhatsApp status. Guys, you have this status. Don't only use your status for selfie. Oh, it is when you put powder on and put the lipstick and everything. That's the only time you remember what your WhatsApp status is for. No. Do you know how many people your WhatsApp status can get rich? Why are you just using your MTN data, the bundle they have given to you? Why can't you use it to even make more money? So she start posting fresh stock of on WhatsApp status and Facebook market. Some of us, we might not know that there's a market on Facebook, but don't worry. In the oncoming sessions, there are fantastic and wonderful facilitators that will still take you on all these tools. Okay, so don't worry. Today is just for you to open your mind, okay, and to understand how much digital transformation can change things for you. And then the third transformation that happened to this lady, this tomato seller in Kaduna, is that she begins to add simple inventory tracking using a mobile app. There are a lot of mobile app trackers that you can use to track, like I mentioned earlier, what's my outgoing, what's my incoming, what are my purchase, how many orders do I have today? There are a lot of them. Like I told you, all these are going to be discussed with you in oncoming sessions by our facilitators. And then finally, she eventually begins taking pre-orders for party steel packs. Can you imagine? From what? From just ordinary tomato, she now began to attend to customers that have big party packs. She has scaled from the market seller to what? To an online. Look at the package. Look at the picture here. She has scaled up. So she now does lesser. She has lesser troubles. She collects pre-orders. She decides with his customers or her customers when to deliver. They agree. There's no rush, right? They agree. And she even collects her money up front. Or even, it depends on the agreement they have. So everything went digital, right from manual. Look at where she started. So digital tools help her move from being just a tomato seller to what? To a catering supplier for events. Guys, can you ever think that a tomato seller in the market can begin to supply for events? Yes. What are the stages of digital transformation for MSMEs? Okay. So because you might also be asking, okay, how do I know stages where I need to do this? How do I know what are the stages? How will I know that I'm actually, moving through those stages? The first stage is the manual paper base. Okay. Everybody starts like that. Everybody starts that way. Manual and paper based, where you use your notebooks, paper invoices, cash only businesses, no online presence, right? Remember, I told you earlier in the definition of digital transformation, I said digital transformation is a process. So you have to start first somewhere where you are now. Okay. It is MTN actually wants you to begin to think on how to scale. That's why you are here. So you have started, most of us now are in this stage one. And what is stage two? Basic digital adoption. That is what we want you to start thinking. We want you to start looking at. like using WhatsApp Business, digital payments like POS, transfers, basic record keeping via Excel or Google Sheets. And then what's the third stage? Stage 3 is the integrated digital processes, where you now go online for online ordering. You create a very small website for yourself. Do you know that creating a website sometimes does not take even 2 days, where you can showcase your product. Even if it's kuli you are selling, if it's tomato, whatever your business is, you can create a small website, okay, for almost, no cost. And then you have your e-commerce platform. You can imagine how many millions of people will see what you're selling. Guys, many of us, we have wonderful products. But when we do our SWOT analysis means you check your strength, your weakness, the opportunities, and the threat. Okay? I will repeat SWOT analysis. And I'm telling all of us here, after this session, we can go back and do our SWOT analysis. Okay? Look at your strength. What is my strength? Your strength now is that you have good products. Okay? Everybody that uses your product, right, they give you good feedback. Then the only problem is that it's still manual. You have not gone online. You are not digital yet. Then you look at your weakness. What is my weakness? Then your weakness is that you need more online visibility. Okay? You can just create it on a paper, or find a system to just note this down. Then you now look at I've talked about strength, weakness, opportunities. The opportunities will be, okay, if I go online now, or I begin to post on my title, what are the opportunities that I will gain, that my business will attract? Then you begin to look at, more customers. Maybe you have been doing order for 10 people a day before. You will realize that when you go online, you will be having 20, 30. And then you will realize, and you will even be getting orders, pre-orders. People will be, pre-orders means that people are giving you money before they collect your service, which helps you, because it helps you to have capital upfront, right, to get those products to be able to deliver. Okay? Yes, we are getting somewhere. And then once you understand that opportunity, the T there in the SWOT is threat. Then that allows you to now begin to open your eyes and begin to think about those that are your what? That are your rival, your competitors. You can now begin to look at what your competitors do that you are not doing, that you can add to your own. Oh, my competitors, when they package their product and they send it overseas, they usually they have what they call a little business card. They will paste it on it, so that anywhere that cargo goes, everybody will look at it and say, oh, where did you get this product from? Oh, and they will see the address. Oh, okay, from Nigeria. Oh, wow. You can see that person can see that small card. It could be Australia. It's a digital world now. It's a digital world now. So your product can get anywhere in the world. They don't need to. They will see all your contact. They will see everything on it. So doing your SWOT will also help you. And the first stage here is digital first and scalability. And that's what I've just explained. Automated operations, multiple sales channels, data-driven decisions. So you are able to make decisions based on the information that you have on your systems or online. How do you identify your stage? That's another question. Do I still rely heavy on paper? I mean, I want you to look at yourself now as I'm speaking now, guys. Okay? Please look inward now. I know there are wonderful people here doing brilliant, wonderful businesses. Okay? Think now. I want you to think deep, reflect now, and answer that question yourself. That, do I still rely heavily on paper? Do I know my real numbers? Can customer reach me online? Am I using any digital tools? If your answer is no to any of these, you are in the right place today. If your answer is no to any of these, you are in the right place. Who to employ or outsource based on your stage? Stage 1 and 2, yeah. Stage 1 and 2, yeah, right? You can employ a digital assistant, someone who knows WhatsApp Business, Canva, or Google tools. It might not be you. I'm not saying you have to go back to school, guys. These are simple tools. Some of us, we can use these. And thankfully to MTNF, these are the things you are going to be taught by the fantastic facilitators, all right, in the next sessions that will be coming after my own. Okay, so you can see that this is a robust session. Like Temi has mentioned, you should not miss, and the alumni has mentioned, you should not miss it, guys. The stage 3, all right, in stage 3, you can have a social media manager or accountant familiar with digital tools. These days we have a lot of, they call them influencers online. There's even one particular guy, popular guy, but I don't want to mention names here. Okay, just give your product to him. You will find out that the next day you are going to be receiving a lot of calls. So there are a lot of them like that. Okay, that you can hire. And stage 4, for stage 4 year, website manager. Okay, because now you have gone online. Now you have a website. You have your own website with your own company name. You can imagine that people can order through that website. Okay, yeah. And MTN has a particular product also. They call it a Momo API. Okay, that's mobile money API, where you can integrate with your website and collect your payment without even seeing the person paying. Okay, there are a lot of things which you will be taught as we go ahead. So you have a digital marketing partner or automation support. All right, so we move to second module quickly. Moving from paper to digital, what are the business case? All right, some of these things I want to mention, I might have mentioned it earlier. Okay, so I am just going to, what I will be doing now will just be like a kind of refresher for us to see a live examples. Paper records, for example, it creates slow operations. I've mentioned this earlier. There's a risk of damage or loss. There's inaccurate tracking, and there's stress during audit or financial reviews if you are still on paper record, if you are still using the analog or paper records. Then for digital records, once you scale to digital transformation, what are the business cases? Number 1 is security. Because remember, I mentioned something about online cloud. Everything you are saving, all those details, instead of saving it on paper, physical paper that can burn or flood can take away or can be destroyed even by anybody, this one is secured online in the cloud. Then you have remote access. Anywhere in the world, you can just open your phone and see it there. You can transact while on the run. Faster retrieval. You can retrieve it quickly. You can imagine if you are traveling on the road and somebody just send you a message, oh, please, I need this, I need that, and you need that person's information. You will have to be calling home. Mohammed, please, can you go to the shop now? Go under my bed. There's a book. You will see that book. And under that bed, you have like 10 books. So which one will Mohammed know you are talking about? But if you have it on your phone already or your WhatsApp or whatever online online digital tools you are using, it's easy. Google Sheet. You just open it on your phone and you see it. You search for it and see it straight away. So even on the road, you can be transacting. Accurate reporting and easier compliance. I have an example here. These are true life story, guys. This is a Yaba tailor. A tailoring business in Yaba kept all invoices in paper files. And then during rainy season, the roof leak damaged over 6 months record. This almost cost an audit penalty. You can imagine. But after switching to Google Drive, which I've just mentioned, data retrieval improved by 70%. They began running targeted promotions using digital sales history because now it has the history of those who are buying more from him. So he could even reach out to them by sending WhatsApp adverts or online, reminder to them. He already, with digital transformation, you will know the time a customer orders. You will know what they order most, right? You will know what they like and what they dislike. You will be able to record that. That is what they call data. So when they're talking data analyst, you don't need much. You don't need to be a data analyst to understand what this is. It's just observation. Okay. So all these informations, all these details are what we call data. So that's why you see some these days, those technical people, they say data is the new oil. For business people like you, right? MSMEs like you, data is a oil. Data is the oil in your hand. You may not be an oil mogul. You are not selling oil, but for your own business, data is your own oil. Data is what will bring that money in. So customer satisfaction went up because records were never missing again. So those records are data. Once you have your data, you will find out that your customer will be satisfied because you will know, you will have all those details. Okay. So what are the steps? If I want to digitize now, or I want to transform digitally, what steps am I going to actually follow? Number one, audit all your documents, guys. Those documentation you have now, those notebooks, audit them. Then scan all of them, organize them based on their different column. Okay, scan and organize them. Then choose your cloud storage. Choose whether you want to use Google Sheets, Dropbox, Scanner App, OneDrive, wherever you want to keep them. Okay, move them there. And then train. If you have a staff, maybe one or two, or even if it's yourself, you are also a staff of yourself. Train yourself, okay, on how to use this thing, and then review your progress. If you can start small like this alone, you will see the changes quickly. Rapid change. You will realize that there's kind of a lot of heavy lifting for you. That ease alone makes you to begin to think about much more issues, more critical issues. Because by the time you move away from these manual problems or manual issues, you can now sit down and begin to think more about your customers, how you can make your customer happy, rather than thinking of how you will keep your record book plain. Okay? Because you already know that you have them on cloud now. You can access them anytime and they're secure. So even in the international space, this is what I do, right? I look into the business. I look at areas where they have too much manual workarounds and I map the process for them. Okay, I use my mapping tool to map the process for them so that they can see where there are inefficiencies. And once they see it, then we transform it, we digitize it, we automate it. For example, let me give you an example that is easy. Take maybe a bank, for example. When you go to a bank before, you have to queue and then you collect teller and then the teller, the account officer or whoever it is will stamp your this thing every time. You can imagine that person keeps stamping that paper. If he has 200 customer, 1,000 customer that day, that person will stamp 2,000 times. That is a good example of a process that can be automated or a process that can be digitized. Many of you, if you go to bank today, what do you notice? Do you see most of those tellers stamp? I mean, I'm talking about banks now that have gone digital. Oh, I don't want to mention names. Do you go to banks today now and see an account officer still using this manual stamp? You can never see them. It's either they use the one automated that they will just put the paper inside and you just hear pa. That automatic stamp, we just stamp it. Pa. Because they looked at it that how can we be, this is monotonous. Every day, I will be doing the same thing every day. And the next day, by the time I finish that, I don't need it again. I have to change. So why can't I automate this? So tools for digitizing is number one, Dropbox, Google Drive, Scanner app, OneDrive. Okay, all these, no worries, you're going to be taught as the programs go on. Okay, this is just to open our mind to what we probably hitherto do not know, or make us have an understanding of how we can move forward. Okay, and how to use these things, you will be taught as we go ahead. And then the third module is why you can't scale manually. The reason why you can't scale manually now is number one, slow inventory, because these are manual problems. Manual problems is equal to bottlenecks. If you are still maintaining your manual processes, there will be a lot of bottlenecks. No customer history, frequent errors, limited reach. You can see these are the opposite of the beauty of digitization. And what do you gain in your digital solutions? Number one, you have your real-time data. You know, I told you earlier on what data is now. Data is your oil as a businessman. Automated task, which I've just explained recently. Wider market access, which I've explained. I give you an example of my own personal example of my own wife. Better decisions. Okay, better decisions. This is another true life story of a Benin City trader. So regardless of where you are, don't say, oh, because I'm in Kano. Because, you know, I've given an example of Kano now, right? This is an example from Benin City. This trader, okay, she used to serve only 50 local customers manually. Now, she built a small website. Remember, I told you, you can build a small website. Look at it now. If you look at that picture, you can see the beautiful woman now built a small website, just a small one, and she joined Jumia. She joined Jumia online. And what happened now? Look at what she's doing. From this first picture, right? Look at what the woman is doing now. She can now serve over 800 customers by packing them in Jumia boxes. You can see. Guys, I believe somebody is actually picking something. I believe somebody is already, strategizing. I believe somebody is already seeing what they have not seen before, especially with your business. So these are different digitization tools, okay, and services. We have Shopify, we have Intuit QuickBooks, we have Instagram. In fact, MTN has the MTN bulk SMS. You can use it to share your notifications and announcements instantly, which is fantastic. Flutter Waves, Paystack, these ones, they are what we call gateway, where you can use to retrieve your payment, okay, from your customers if you have an online payment. And like I mentioned to you, MTN also has what they call the Momo API. That's the mobile money API, which you can also integrate to collect your money on your website. And then they've got the MTN SMEs data plan. They've got different data plan. I just give you an example of my own wife, which even though she's in the Western world, she still use her MTN anywhere she goes, because you can imagine the line is linked to a lot of things. So she uses it to order from Nigeria, do a lot of things. And Jumia, like the example I just gave to you, and then Zoho Books. So don't worry, all these things, you're going to get more knowledge about them, okay, in the future classes. This is another case study. I know this will resonate with a lot of us. Okay, Amoke Alamala. Okay, I'm actually tempted to ask if there's anybody in the house that actually, know this Amoke Alamala. I know for many of us from Ibadan or Western world, we would know this Amoke Alamala very well. Okay, Amoke ran a small Alamala cafeteria serving walk-in customers. So she struggled with inconsistent sales and unpredictable food traffic. Everybody's just like you walk into the bank, they just walk in and hit Amala. But what did she do differently? Look at Number one, this is a step for digital transformation. She listed her meals on Shodek. You know, I mentioned Shodek. Shodek is a connector. Shodek is a platform, okay, that you can also leverage on. And then she used WhatsApp Business for pre-orders. So she collect orders even before people come in. Then she added digital payment for convenience. So I can order and pay for my Amala upfront. You can imagine. And then use Shodek Analytics to know her best selling plate. You get. So she was able to know, oh, is it Amala and Begiri that people loves most? Is it Amala and Eforiro that they love most? Is it Amala and so she was able to get that data. You know, I told you data is your oil. Please, if you are not taking anything away from this session today, please take that word away. That data is your new oil as a business person. And then what was the result for Amokamalama? Customer base grew by 300%. Wow. Within 5 months. You can verify this, guys. I'm not making this up. Gained customers outside our immediate area, achieved stable daily sales because of digital orders, and reduced food waste because daily forecasting improved. So Amala is not wasting. She's not cooking more than what she will sell within a day. Why? Because she has the data now. Okay. This is another one. Some of us might know this also. It's a very popular one. The Corede, they call it Corede spaghetti. Look at what these people are selling. Who will ever thought about spaghetti? Can spaghetti go digital? Can I go digital with my spaghetti? Can I go digital with my Amala? Yes, you can. Even with your kuli kuli, you can go digital. I just told you, my wife just ordered kuli kuli from Nigeria. You can imagine. She was in England and she ordered kuli from Nigeria. Yeah. Okay, so Korede started selling spaghetti from a kiosk close to a campus. He noticed students preferred delivery, but he didn't have a system. So what did Korede do differently? He transformed digitally. He opened a Shodek storefront, introduced, you can see, he introduced simple QR code payment. That's another digital tool. You're going to be learning about that, okay, going forward. Then he began to track customer favorite. So he was able to know, does people like spaghetti stir fry and chicken or some other things? Okay, so he was using the digital receipt to gather those data, and then he began to post short cooking videos on TikTok and Instagram. Guys, you have everything that Korede used here. You have them. What was the result? Orders increased from 20 plates per day to what? 95 plates per day. Wow. That's a wow. 40% of his customers now come from online channels. You can imagine. Those that are ordering online are now even more than working. It now became a known brand among students. Okay. So you can also do it, guys. You can also do it. Okay. So I just have just few slides left. I know my time is almost up. There are real life Nigerian business examples. I will just run you through it. The reason why I have this slide is for you to see that it covers across board, across all the countries, areas in the country. For example, look at this tailoring business in Surulere, Lagos. A small tailoring shop moved from handwritten order books to using WhatsApp and Google Sheets to record customer measurement, orders, and delivery date. This reduced missed orders and improved customer follow-up. So digitization can help even a tailor. So don't tell me I've been talking about this business, I'm talking about this business, but I'm a tailor. Look at what this guy did in Surulere. Another example here is a pharmacy in Ibadan. A neighborhood pharmacy replaced handwritten receipts with a simple POS system, cutting customer waiting time and improving daily sales tracking. So you might also be here and say, but me, I'm a pharmacist now. How do I? You can scale by just using a simple POS. The third example here is logistics startup. Maybe you are into logistics, right? Delivery. This is another example in Lekki. So you can see how Sorry, I think somebody actually stopped my sharing. I don't know how that happened. I'm really sorry about that. And it seems my slide just goes off. I don't know what happened there, but let me figure that out, please. Sorry about that. Please do not share anything for now, please. Okay, because of our time. So I'm running. I'm almost done now. So for a logistics startup, right? Way bills and invoices are stored on Google Drive. I mentioned these are tools allowing staff to access documents remotely, even during power outage or travel. You can see. So there are a lot of transformation you can do regardless of what your business is. You can see I've mentioned 3 businesses. Look at another one here for printing business. Maybe you are a printer, right? A small scale printing press. An example of an Ilori printing press here says the business introduced online order forms instead of phone calls. Many of our printing press, I have some of them that are friends. Then they receive their orders through calls. But what did this guy do in Ilori, right? He introduced an online order forms instead of phone calls, reducing printing errors and saving time on clarification. So he gets all the details about printing. Printing must be precise. They will tell you, I want this size, I want this form. So you can get all those things online. And then a frozen food trader. You are selling frozen fish or frozen turkey or whatever you are selling. Yes, you can also scale digitally by posting daily stock updates on Facebook Marketplace and taking orders via WhatsApp. The trader expanded from local sales to serving customers nationwide. And finally, a salon business. You can be here. Maybe you are a hairdresser, as they call it in Nigeria. A salon business. In Akure, Ondo, for example, the owner hired a digital assistant to manage Instagram bookings and send appointment reminders, increasing customer retention. You can see all these are real life examples, guys. There are a lot of examples also for mini-mart in Owerri, a mini-mart in Owerri using a simple inventory app. It helped the mini-mart, to avoid stock outage and overbuying and improving cash flow. A fashion brand in Yaba, Lagos. Consistent posting of customer reviews and products on Instagram doubled orders within a short period. A trader affected by flooding in Makodi. After flood destroyed paper records of this guy, the customer data stored in the cloud was fully recovered, preventing major business loss because he actually presented it on he actually did that on. Please do not share your screen. When you share your screen, it's actually taking off my own screen, please. Okay. All right. So that we will not confuse others. Okay. Please do not put on your video yet. Okay. Do not put on your video yet. Because as soon as you're sharing, probably maybe the moderators should just allow only the host to share, please. Tell me if you can hear me, please. Kindly do that. Yeah. There you go. Another person has done that. Okay. Maybe I will do that myself then. Because
So
people are
I think
just
I'm the only one that can share your screen now.
okay. Because people are just
Yes.
they're just
Right.
hijacking the screen from me, sort of. Okay, so all right. So yeah. Okay, so sorry about that. So a consultancy firm. Maybe you are here, you're a consultancy firm, and you're saying, what they're just talking about vendor. Yeah, you can also scale. For example, here in Abuja, this guy, consultancy firm in Abuja, the firm uses Microsoft OneDrive to store and securely share reports with clients, improving professionalism and collaboration. These are simple tools you can use. Online vendor. If you're an online vendor, okay. For example, the business uses Paystack, which is an online payment process to receive payments from customers across different states without handling cash. School, maybe you are starting your school. You are a starter. You just started your school, right? There's a general example here that says the school started digital transformation by accepting online payment before later introducing digital report cards and records. You know, Gone are the days when we sent report card by paper and sheet. Now, even in the Western world, they send it through digital online. You can create that app where the teachers, the parents, they can have conversation with the school without always writing, doing paperwork all the time. So finally, on these examples, I know a lot of Nigerians, we believe in God. Yes, I also do. But faith plus process, right, actually is what works. Faith without work is dead. Okay? So an entrepreneur combined prayer with learning basic digital tools, leading to improved customer reach and sustainable growth. So when you combine the two, that's when it will work. For example, look at this guy. Look at this guy. So many of us, we pray for growth, but we don't take practical steps. That's just the example of this guy, a restaurant owner. He kept hoping for divine increase, but he noticed that his competitors hired digital marketers and social media managers. And when he also jumped into that train, the restaurant owner finally got a digital assistant and started receiving online bookings, and the business was transformed. So the prayer plus the practicality of digital transformation is what worked for this guy. So what is today's learning outcomes, guys? Self-check yourself. Like we started in the beginning. What tools do you use daily? Who do I hire? Do I need a digital assistant, a part-time designer, a social media manager, accountant familiar with digital apps? Or do I need to outsource digital tasks when needed? Some of us are good in using these things. Do it yourself. For a start, when you expand, then you can get one or two. In fact, you don't even need to go online to hire. You could have your brother that just graduated. They can support you. In the Western world today, we have a lot of businesses that are grown by families. Guys, they are grown by families. It could be that your young brother that just finished secondary school, and he also would begin to learn digital products, digital tools from there. Who knows? In future, he can become your product owner, or he can become like me, he can become your process architect or even your business analyst. In future, you would never know. So you are even also, also investing in the life of that person. So you don't say, I don't have money to hire. These people now, they are tech people. No, these are simple tools. Even your own son, your son or your daughter, they can help do these things. Yeah, so final module. Why staying analog holds you back? So why are we saying, why is MTNF trying to open your mind to moving into digital transformation? Number one, currently you will have no visibility into your numbers. So you are running blind if you are still on manual. Number two, it is hard for you to track customer behavior. You can't improve what you can't measure. Number four, no insight for the future. Your planning will now become a guesswork because you don't have the data. And then finally, faith plus process is what? Success. Faith plus process is success. If you want to write this down, please write it down. Faith plus process is success. Faith without process or faith without works is dead. I think even the Bible mentioned that. And I'm sure it's also in Quran. And even if you ask the Babalawo, they will tell you the same thing. If you say you have faith in whatever you are serving and you don't put it into process, forget it. So God blesses effort and structure, not confusion. Digital transformation is equal to structure. Entrepreneurs must take practical steps, hire right, and adopt tools. You cannot escape it, guys. So what are the key takeaways for today as I round up? What are the key takeaways? Number one, digital transformation is a journey, not a one-time event. I told you it's a journey. Okay, so don't say you are going to get there one day. No, start small. Okay, change a little change today, a little change tomorrow. You will begin to see those changes, and then you begin to learn, and then you will know what next to do. Number two, move from paper to simple digital tools. So to save time, reduce errors, and protect your business records from loss or damage. The fourth learning is you don't need big money. I started with that. You don't need big money or complex system to start, guys. Tools like WhatsApp, Google Drive, POS systems, and social media are powerful when you use them very well, especially when you are on your MTN, when you have your MTN data. And as far as you have your data, you can do anything with your phone. You can do a lot of things on your phone, even on your systems. Okay. Number four now, know your current business stage. That's number four takeaway. And invest in the right skills or support, whether it's a digital assistant you need, an accountant, or marketer. I've given you a clue of how you can overcome that if you don't have money to hire to hire for much. Okay, I know some of us, we have money at least to hire average accountant or average digital, but if you don't have, make use of those people around you that went to school, that knows more than you. Okay. Then number five, growth requires both faith and process. That was what I mentioned finally. Prayer is important. I agree with you. But practical action, learning, and consistent improvement drive sustainable success. That I pray 5 times in a day will not put food on my table. What will put food on my table is after my prayer, I go out there and tweak something and do something. Okay, and do something that is extraordinary that I've never done before. You can't continue to do what you do every day and expect another or a different result. No, you have to try new things and then you get new results. And then digital visibility, the final takeaway is digital visibility helps you make better decisions. When you can see your sales, customers, and cost clearly, growth becomes intentional and not accidental. That is another beauty of having your data together. Okay. And then my final message to you, okay, is start where you are. Use what you have. Take one digital step at a time and let your business work smarter and not harder. And thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you for your concentration. And if there are any questions, I think this is the time we can pick it. So, Temi, are you there? Are we stopping this session for the question or it comes together, please?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. So we are going to, I think I'm going to open the chat now so people can ask their questions.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, so you can start dropping your questions quickly. At least let's just have some few questions.
Can you try to unlock it from your end, please? Don't know.
And to be honest, probably I may not expect much questions because, I'm sure that it's well broken down but let's just see if we have some few questions coming. Okay,
Yeah, I think they can
Benjamin.
start.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
A lot, about 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Tammy, maybe after when we have like about 10 questions, we can lock it again.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
Yes, because we have about the questions are just coming in.
yeah. So Benjamin, like the first person I'm seeing here says, what are free digital receipt applications you can recommend for MSMEs? Digital receipt. Yeah, like I mentioned to you, there's Momo, there's mobile money, there's the pay stack. Like I told you, you will still be taught this by the facilitators, right? In the oncoming oncoming um oncoming sessions. Okay, so you will be given all these tools, you'll be taught about all these tools that you needed. They are just simple tools, okay, where you can, like, even POS. Okay, if you use POS, it's going to give you your digital receipt, POS is also one of the things you can use, to actually generate that. And then there are APIs that, if you have, like, for example, if you have a website, right? If you have a small website, you can link up the Momo API with your website. API means the application program interface. Don't forget about the English or the technicalities. They will fix it for you, okay? If you need that, yeah. So you can receive payment directly through your website. People can go there and just pay you, and so yeah, you will be taught about that, Benjamin. No worries about that. There are a lot of them, okay, that you can enjoy from. I think I have. How can I use Google Sheet? Fantastic. That's a fantastic question. And please make sure you do not miss any of the classes, okay? There's a class I'm sure that will teach you how to do that. Mohammed Al Amin Abubakar. Yeah. Google Sheet is a very simple tool online that you just click and then you have it. Okay. So don't worry. It's just like when you are using Word documents. Okay. You're using Word documents and your Excel sheets online. Don't worry, you're going to be taught all that. Okay, it's very easy. Adamu says, digital how can we analyze our digital explorer? Now, that question, I'm not actually clear about that. If you can ask that question, reframe it, okay? But I want to think what you are saying here. I just want to assume, the assumption might be dangerous, but I want to assume so that I won't just leave you cold. Is how can we analyze our digital explorer? What you mean is how can we analyze when we need to move digital, right? Yeah. I've given an example during my class that when you realize that you are not able to understand your data, okay, you don't know how many of my customers like red pepper, how many of my customers like, or how many of my customers booked for tomato in the last 1 month, which of my customer bought more tomato from me. By the time, if you find yourself having headache in getting those data together, just know that it's time for you to begin to use Google Sheets. It's time for you to begin to put together those data. Okay, so it's time for you to go digital so that you can have those records. Jamal says, is the all classes going for Zoom? Yeah, you will get more details about that. No worries, you'll get more details. Mustafa says, how and when can we automate our business? Yeah, I think I mentioned that, except probably maybe you came in when I've spoken about that. Okay, so there are steps which I mentioned to you when you will know that you need to now digitize your process. And one of the examples is what I've just mentioned now. When you realize that you are not able to put your data together, okay, or when you realize that, oh, now you have been stagnated, right? You are not selling more than what for example, you have opened your business in the last 1 year, okay, and your sales record is either dropping or just a little bit higher than last year. All right. You should know that, oh, I need to scale. All right. I need to improve. I need to increase my customer base. Then you can begin to explore all those digital tools. Okay. And then how and when can we automate our business? Yeah. I gave an example during the class because that's what I particularly do. Okay. For international companies. Okay. For multinational companies. And I gave an example of a bank, for example. I gave an example of a monotonous activity. Okay. If your business, I'm talking to Mustafa Abdullahi Humal now. Okay. If you're in your business, if there is something that you do manually every day that is becoming monotonous, is giving you some strain, and you do it every day, like the example I gave during the class, you are stamping a teller every day. You are stamping teller every day. I mean, why can't you automate it? Okay. So a good candidate for automation is a monotonous activity. What you do every day, constantly, continuously, you begin to think, oh, how can I make this process much more easier for me? I hope that helps. Okay. So that's when you will know. A good candidate, I will repeat myself, a good candidate for automation, Mustafa, is a candidate within your business that is monotonous, something you do constantly within your business. You should know that that thing, you should begin to think of how you can make it, how you can. For example, maybe you are a tailor. When customer comes, you will get their records, Abby. You will collect their records, their measurements, and you do that every time a customer comes, isn't it? You do that every time a customer comes. So you should know that that's a process that you should, automate instead of put it, or instead of making it manual, so that it will not wear you out. Imagine you now have 20 customers that comes on once you went online. You now have 20 customers that wants you to take their measurement at once. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you have thought about scaling, if you have thought about digital transformation, it's easier for you. You just go online. You already have where you put those, you are a tailor, right? You already know the measurement. All you just need to do is just start clicking them. Oh, what's your measurements are? 21. Click 21. Pam. Once you click 21, the 21 goes into the Google Sheet or save into your cloud. You just put it like that. And then when they go, you can go back to your database and pull everything out. Their names, their everything. You just print it out in a paper. You can see, very easy. So it will be even online. If you don't want to print it out, you can even check it online yourself. You can check it online, okay? You can check it online straight away. It's saved there. But if you think, oh, you need to print it out, you just print it out. You can just get a very small printer and print it out. These are digital processes that will make your life easy. Adamu says, how can we analyze our digital? Okay, I think I've answered that question. Okay, Asabe says, thank you, MTN, for creating this opportunity. Considering the intense competition and the need for digital readiness highlighted in today's session, what specific digital skills or solutions should my business prioritize now to remain competitive locally and also assess global market opportunities? To be honest, I gave you an example. For example, I gave you an example of my wife that saw somebody online, right? And use our MTN phone to connect the person online because the person already has the WhatsApp details. Okay. So if you want to go digital, number one, you can create a small website. I don't know how the level you are now in your business. Okay. You can create a small website. Created a website. Many people, when you hear all these things, you think it's something big that will take you years to do. No, a small website can be created within days. Do you get? The moment you even have a website, you already have a digital, you already have a global presence. Forget it. Because imagine if somebody googles your name, maybe www.iyalamala.com or let me see your name. Let me give you a name now. Okay, www.asabe.magaji, tomato or whatever you are selling.com. You get the point. It's open there. Everybody in the world can see it. And like I told you, I'm sure that you guys have fantastic product to sell. The moment your product is your strength, the moment you have a good product that you sell, forget it. People will even order for it from Australia. People at the end of the world, they will go all out for it. Or they will just ask you. I can't imagine how many things I've ordered while I'm outside Nigeria that I've ordered from Nigeria. Because there are some things that are Nigerian. You forget it. Even if they sell it somewhere else, they are Nigerian. For example, now in Kano or in the north, kilishi. Do you get the point? No, will anybody sell kilishi for me in UK or this thing now? And I will say it's kilishi. No, but if I go to the north, I go to cafe. Is it Kafanshan or Kano? All those places. I know that this is kilishi. Now imagine if I see that online. I would gladly order for it because I like using my kilishi to drink gari. You get the point. I just give you an example. Ordering kulikuli all the way from Nigeria, ordering, all these things. Yeah, you know, all these ejakika, all these things that we sell in, you can go Asabe. So don't limit yourself, okay? And make sure you also attend the other classes, okay? Because I'm watching my time now, and you will be able to get more knowledge about those tools that you need to move on. And okay. Usman says, for a small or early stage business with limited funds, what is the first digital transformation step that gives the highest impact. Usman, no matter what it is, you are using your MTN phone, you can go on Instagram. You can create your Instagram page, your business Instagram page. You can go on Facebook. You can create your Facebook market. Thank God for MTN data. You can go, what else? Facebook, you have mentioned two now, Facebook market, Instagram, you can create your business. WhatsApp, there's WhatsApp business now. You can begin to post your product on your Facebook status. Don't use it only for your picture, for your head bust. Use it for your business. Even me, sometimes when I paste some things on my status, I know how many views I get in a day. Me that I'm not even selling anything. No. Usman, Abdurrahman, Adam, are you getting me? You don't need money. Like I told you, you have them already with you that you can start with. And then when you begin to accumulate some funds, all right, from that first stage, you can now begin to think about, maybe going online. Okay. You can now begin to, it's like I told you, it's a process. Okay. Don't rush it, Usman. Start from those example I gave. You already have Instagram, you already have a Facebook, you already have WhatsApp. Start from there. Okay. Yusuf says thank you so much. Okay. Ismail. Timmy, please let me know when my time is up because I'm not sure if these questions will be able to finish it. But guys, you will still have more time to ask other facilitators your questions anyway, in case I cannot finish this. But once I'm told to stop, then I will stop. But I will still continue taking it now. This is from Ismail Mohammed Adam question. Okay, for a Nigerian SME with limited budget, what is the most impactful for? Yeah, I think I've answered. This was the answer. This is what I just answered now. Thanks. And again, even if you need to hire, okay, Ismail, I mentioned also, don't go far. Look at your cousins, right? They don't need to live with you. Look within your family. Even if you don't have that technical knowledge, or if you don't have that knowledge, okay, maybe you need an online assistant or somebody who can help you do those things. If you don't have that knowledge at all on how to use a phone, look for somebody around you. It could be even a neighbor's child, or your cousin. They don't need to stay with you to help you. As I am now, I told you, I work in the IT space. I work from home. Most of we IT people, we work from home. And that's another beauty of digitization. You don't need to be in the office all the time. You can do your work online. So I work from home. So you can engage anybody from anywhere to help you. Okay? People that you can trust, people that you can trust. But if you have that money, then you can pay that person, to do it for you. But if you don't have, you can use, because I believe those people, those family members, or those guys, the guy that just finished from secondary school, that's your cousin or your nephew or your niece, will be happy to help. Because if your business grows, he knows that, Egbon, my uncle will give me money. Imagine you engage your niece or your cousin or your brother or your sister, and they help you create that Instagram business page or Facebook market. And the next day, maybe in a day, you usually get 20 orders. And the next day, after creating it, you get 40 orders. Except you are greedy. That's when you will not give that your that person something. Abi, and by the time you give that person something, even if it's 100 naira or 200 naira that you give that person, or 20K, how do you think that person will even come back to you and say, eh, bro Ismail, or Mr. Ismail, there's another tool that I find out that you can use. You will begin to see that the person will you become your staff. You become your staff, and then you begin to work together. So you can see, don't think too far. Okay, don't think too far. I want you to just come home first. Think about those simple tools. Okay, start from those simple tools. Don't start small. Okay, I told you, start small. Start from where you are, and then you scale up from there. Okay. How can I prioritize my digital skills development and create a personal learning plan? Yeah. Wow, Aliyu, Adam, reading. You need to also keep studying. One of the things, and also be in this kind of session. And that's why you will see that in my session during my facilitation, I kept, you know, commending MTN. And when I started, I said, if I had this opportunity during my own time at that stage, to be honest with you, it will have been one more wonderful. Okay, though it's wonderful, we thank God, but it will have been. So, guys, take this opportunity like gold. Take this opportunity like gold. I'm not cajoling you. I'm telling you the facts. This is what I do every day. Big businesses, they come, they pay, through their nose to get this kind of session that you are getting. Okay, all right. So Adamu Musababa, perfect lecture, sir. Thank you. Umasoni, what common mistakes should participants avoid when trying to digitally transform their business during this program? Fantastic question, Umar. The first mistake that you should avoid is trying to digitize every aspect of your business at once. No. Look, identify it first. I told you I'm a process architect. Okay. So, and I'm a process improvement analyst. Okay. I'm professional. Okay. So, start small. Look at one area first. Okay. So, improve that area. You will realize that that area that you improve will rub off on other areas. You don't pack everything together and say, oh, yeah, I want to improve everything today at once. No, 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 no. I'm talking to Umar Sani now. Umar Sani, I'm answering your question, okay? So you can highlight those areas you want to improve, fine, but start from one. Don't put all together, okay? Start from one, because while you are treating one, while you are digitizing one, you can find solutions for some others. Do you get? And that will reduce the amount of time you will waste, and it will reduce the amount that you might actually incur if you need to incur some amount, okay, in that transformation. I hope that answers your question, okay? Yeah. So please avoid that mistake of saying, "Oh, I want my business to just go boom tomorrow." No, start small, little change, okay? We call it Kaizen. We call it Kaizen, but don't worry, Kaizen. We call it continuous improvement. Okay, continuous improvement. Kaizen, continuous improvement. Kaizen. Okay, is a Japanese word in the process Lean Six Sigma word, but don't forget about that. But what I mean is continuous improvement. Okay, take it little by little. Okay, all right. So, Pancras, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I make things simple for you. I don't want to speak some jargons that you will leave the session and you'll be wondering what's the meaning of this. Okay, so they are just jargons, but I have simplified it to you. Okay, simple improvements. Okay, Pancras, powerful introduction. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Really elaborate. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Kabiru Shehu. You're welcome, Kabiru. Thank you so much. Thanks, MTN. From Mohammed, Yusuf, Ali. We really learned a lot. Yeah. Asuko Ishet. I won't take attendance. Okay. Aris, John, Larry. Thank you. Clement, Adesoye. Thank you, sir. More impactful class. Okay. I think that's it. Is it? Thank you so much, sir. I think it's just thanking that. It's just Thanksgiving that I'm saying here now. I don't think there's any more question. Tell me, right? Or if I've missed anyone, please, you can point it out, please, so that we don't leave anybody out. How do we assess our course facilitators? Okay, you can talk with the organizers. I mean, they will discuss that with you. Okay, Obadiah says there are places I have been to where internet access is poor. How can business in such areas transition to digital? Fantastic. Oh, but that's another fantastic question. Okay. Now, not all these tools needs to be connected. there are some of these tools that are you can use offline. For example, Google Sheet can be used offline. Obadiah Bature, I hope you can hear me. Google Sheet, don't worry. I don't want to go I don't want to go deep into those tools because I don't want to be doing the work of other facilitators. Okay, so make sure you keep it a date with all other sessions. Okay, so Obadiah Bature Beji, please take note. Okay, other facilitators in coming class, they will teach you all those digital systems or digital tools that you can use offline. Okay, cool. Thank you for your effort. Nice one. Thank you, sir, so much. Please, about the website, we really need how to do it. Yeah, Musa Kilia, those are part of what you're going to be discussing the coming classes. Okay, mine is just to introduce to you today, so
Thank you
I
so
don't want to
much.
go through. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
thank
Okay, thank you.
you so much. I mean, it's been an awesome class. However, we have to go now. So I think you can just like wrap up and take the closing and next steps.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. So I want to say thank you so much to everyone for listening today. And so our next steps, like I think I've mentioned some. Um, so our next steps would be that, like I've mentioned earlier on, other participants, other facilitators will take you ongoing from Wednesday. Okay, so I think I've shared the recap with us already. So the next class we hold on Wednesday, if I'm correct. And then further information will be communicated to every one of us. So you are currently being onboarded on LMS. I know somebody asked that question. How do we get the resource? Okay, so this class for today, you will have access to it again, which is fantastic. So LMS is Learning Management System. Don't worry, the organizers will let you know where you can log in. They will give you your login, so you can log in and rewatch every session that you are going to participate in. Okay, so you can see that that's a fantastic one. And then please make sure you check your emails and WhatsApp group regularly for updates as training continues. So we will be updating you as the training continues. And then look out for your assessment. So there's an assessment for this class. So don't worry, it's going to be a simple one. It's not a jump question. Okay, don't worry. So don't be scared. It's just for you to be able to understand. I mean, it's just for us to know that yes, you are able to you understand all what I've said today, and you are able to put it into practice. Okay, so it helps you. Okay, it will help you a lot, and from there you will be able to know where you are right and where you are wrong. Okay, so other supporting documents on the platform will be on the platform to guide your journey in the program. So, guys, you are in safe hands. Okay, no, don't worry about yourself. Just come with an open mind, like you did today. Learn as much as you can. Take away as much as you can. Okay, so I want to encourage every participant. Okay, on a final note now, maintain good conduct. Be punctual for classes and ask questions, take your assessment, and so on and so forth. Whatever information that is being shared, make sure you actually adhere to it. And then work together, okay? If you have work together with the organizers or whatever is, if you have any question, please ask those questions that will help you, okay? We are all here for you. So I want to thank the alumni speaker. That was a fantastic one. And other facilitators who has joined this session. I want to thank you very much for your time. I know time is money, as they say. So thank you very much. Temi, thank you so much for your time and your support also all the way. So that's it from me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Babaji. Thank you so much. So I'm going to, in case anyone wants to leave comments, I'm going to unlock the chat again so you can thank our facilitator for that was a beautiful, beautiful session. I myself was inspired and motivated, to do more with my work. So thank you so much, Mr. Babaji. We really, really Yes. So please drop your comments, drop your thank yous, drop your positive feedback. We want to see it, or you also will be able to drop your feedback on the group. But thank you so much, everybody. We'll be ending this class now. Sorry, I think you can stop recording.